Jumbo friends, my name is Carsden. I'll be your safari guide for today. Before we head off onto the reserve, I do ask you to remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the truck at all times. This is a real truck. I am really driving it. It does get real bumpy out there. So again, please remain seated at all times. Alright, so this first section of the reserve that we're making our way into is called the Little Eternity Forest. A lot of the animals here are going to have stripes. They're camouflage for avoiding predators. So make sure we keep our eyes out for a bunch of stripes when we're here in the forest. Which actually, I can already see our first set of stripes. Off to our right, there's looks like there's two of those okapis, kind of hanging out behind the bamboo. The okapi, it does look like they're wearing some zebra party pants, but they're actually going to be related to the giraffe, not the zebra. They're most definitely still wearing some party pants, though. The okapi, we know they're related to the giraffe because of their skull structure. They have a very similar skull to the giraffe. You all know the little horns that giraffes have? Okay, they're actually not called horns, they're called ossicones. But anyways, male okapis are also going to have those little ossicones. It's one of the ways we know those were females. They didn't have those little ossicones. There's a rhino on our left, kind of like there's those rocks, and then just on the top right of those rocks, you can see that rhino. You can see its ear moving around a little bit. It's a black rhino. Black rhinos weigh about 3,000 pounds. Actually, the smaller of the two types of rhinos that live in Africa, though. A rather large bird on our right. This is a saddle-billed stork. Saddle-billed storks are about 5 feet tall when they're standing up all the way. They can have a wingspan of up to 9 feet wide, which, for reference, the canopy above your head is about 9 feet wide. Very large birds. Another one up there. Looks like they're building a nest up there, actually. See another animal coming up here. Let's see. That is the greater kudu and also a bongo. So that orangey brown friend is the bongo, and then the more lighter brown ones are the greater kudus that are up the hill there. All of those animals are females. The bongo, we know that because it's just orangey brown. Males have a dark brown chest. And then with the greater kudus, we know that they are females because they don't have horns. Only males have horns. But it does look like we are leaving the Little Eternity Forest, which means we have embarked on our very long and perilous journey over to the Safi River. And alrighty folks, that does conclude our journey to the river. First animal I can see here at the river is the pink-backed pelican, which is the white and gray bird down to our right. Pink-backed pelicans, as the name suggests, have a pink coloration on their back. It's like underneath their feathers, so it's a little hard to see, but that pink coloration gets a lot more vibrant during the mating season. Helps them find a potential mate. Looks like it might be dinner time there. Oh, and on our left there's a hippo. These are Nile hippos. About 5,000 pounds. A group of hippos is called a bloat. That is rather fun. That is the wheeze honk of the hippo. That's the noise they make. It's kind of fun. About 15, 16 feet-ish long. Weigh about 500 pounds. They do have a very impressive bite for us. It looks like we're approaching our next stop, which is going to be the savanna. A great indicator of that is coming up on our right. It's going to be a big baobab tree. Baobab trees remain leafless for 9 months of the year. Looks like they've got roots where the branches should be, giving them the nickname the upside down tree. But the reason they remain leafless for so long is to conserve water. All that water gets stored in that really big trunk that they have. So during the dry season, rhinos, elephants, and other animals can pierce that trunk and get the water out. That gives it the nickname the Tree of Life. Basically a great big water bottle for a lot of the animals out on the savanna. Although, the way I said that makes it sound kind of like it's a water reservoir. It's more of like a sponge in the way that it holds water. But anyways, kind of sensitive. One of the giraffes and the cattle right here. We'll start with the wildebeest, those gray animals laying down straight out to our right. Wildebeest have another name they go by, and that's gnu, spelled G-N-U. They get that name from a rather nasally noise they make, and it sounds just like gnu. So, kind of like how a cow goes moo, again, the wildebeest, they go gnu. Side giraffes, we know that because of their patterns. Those spots and patterns are a little bit more jagged and messy than other types of giraffes. Giraffes are the tallest land animal in the world, about 18 to 20 feet tall. A group of giraffes is called a tower. It's a rather fitting name, if you ask me. As we keep on making our way around this turn, you'll also notice that we've got some cow-like animals. These are collie cattle. It's pretty hard not to notice their massive horns. Those horns look really big and heavy, but their horns are actually pretty light for their size. It's because they're mostly hollow on the inside. They have a honeycomb-like structure, which allows blood to flow through those horns. The blood in that animal cools off a lot quicker in their horns than in the rest of them. It's a great way of helping cool themselves off. Got a little springbok on our right. It's the smaller antelopes. The white underbelly, the tan back, and the dark streak through the middle. I really like springboks. I think they look like little s'mores. Springboks actually are the top 10 fastest land animals in the world. Despite being so small, they can jump about 6 feet high and 13 feet up in front of them. It allows them to bound at speeds up to about 55 miles an hour. Our next animal is a rather large one. African elephants are the largest land animal in the world. Males like this one are going to be about 13,000 pounds. Females are a little bit lighter, about 8,000 pounds. Still incredibly large animals. As I get chip, you might see some more elephants in a little bit, so we keep on making our way through. On our left, I can also see a mandrill, a couple of mandrills. Another thing about elephants, though, are they're very long and powerful trunks. Their trunks are prehensile. That word pretty much just means they can move around and grab stuff. Allows them to grab food and water and bring it to their mouth. Also allows them to grab mud and throw it on their backs. Elephants have sensitive skin and they use mud as a natural sunscreen. Their trunks are also incredibly strong and powerful. They actually have more individual muscles in their trunk alone than we do in our entire body. Humans have about 700 muscles in their entire body. Elephants have about 40,000 muscles in their trunk alone. And then kind of directly off to our left, above the grass, is the other elephants I was talking about. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. I don't see any rhinos around here, but it is pretty common to find rhinos around these parts. Rhinos have sensitive skin just like the elephants, so they also use mud as a natural sunscreen. To be honest, they kind of freak me out a little bit. Lions like to rest for about 16 to 20 hours of the day, like to conserve their energy for when they really need it. When they're out hunting or protecting themselves, which is going to be the females who do the hunting out at night. The males who kind of hang back and protect the territory and the cubs. Although it's not too uncommon for a lion to go out, or a male lion to go out hunting if there aren't any cubs. The name white rhino, it comes from a bit of a miscommunication from the word fight. Fight in Afrikaans means wide, in reference to the wide, square-shaped mouth that those rhinos have. Really, they should be called like a wide-mouthed rhino or something like that, but fight sounds like white. They are called white rhinos. Miles away, use their roars to keep track of everyone in the pride. That's what a group of lions is called. It's called a pride.